Right now, across the globe, server racks are lighting up to support a massive expansion in cloud computing, AI, and cybersecurity. The tech industry in 2026 is aggressively hunting for people to manage it all. You already know tech is where the growth is, but getting your foot in the door usually means staring down a brutal barrier to entry. That's where Microsoft's 900-level fundamentals certifications come in. They are globally recognized entry points, utilized by millions, designed to strip away those barriers. This matrix compares a traditional degree, a boot camp, and Microsoft Learn. A 4-year degree provides deep theoretical knowledge, but incurs massive debt and delays entry by years. The Microsoft Learn route offers beginner-friendly training today, but requires extreme self-discipline to finish. And we need to clarify the word free. The learning modules, the labs, and the practice materials are completely free. But securing the verified, official credential at the end usually requires paying a proctored exam fee. The primary barrier to entry here is the time commitment. You have to decide which certification path aligns best with your baseline skills to make that time investment count. This chart breaks down the certification paths by core focus, coding required, and ideal career path. We are going to evaluate the 3 foundational tracks, starting with AZ900. Azure Fundamentals, or AZ900, teaches you the baseline mechanics of virtual machines, serverless computing, and modern IT infrastructure. The trade-off is that a 900-level course is highly conceptual. You learn how the cloud operates, but you won't be building complex server architectures on day one. Moving down to AI900, AI Fundamentals. Here, you study the mechanics of machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. This course makes you AI literate. It does not make you an AI engineer. It's an ideal starting point for a product manager rather than a hardcore back-end developer. Next is DP900, Data Fundamentals. This track focuses heavily on mastering relational and non-relational database structures. By the end, you gain the vocabulary and understanding needed to manage corporate data and effectively communicate with data engineering teams. But be aware, this path is highly analytical and numbers-driven. If you are looking for creative or front-end design roles, you will likely find this material dry. Cloud, AI, and data form the operational backbone of the 2026 digital economy. But as you can see, mastering each one demands a distinctly different type of analytical thinking. That brings us to the highest stakes sector in the industry, cybersecurity. Security Fundamentals, or SC900, covers modern threat detection and identity management. This certification targets a sector with some of the highest job vacancy rates in the global economy. This is a high-pressure environment. You will need to commit to continuous, rigorous education that goes far beyond the scope of this beginner course. If you want to build rather than defend, there's PL900, Power Platform Fundamentals. This teaches you to automate business processes and build internal apps without needing advanced coding skills. While it lets you build rapidly, it locks your skill set heavily into Microsoft's specific enterprise ecosystem, rather than teaching you general-purpose programming. For traditional software development, you'll eventually need to stack these fundamentals with Microsoft's DevOps training. Whether you are protecting networks with security or bypassing code with Power Platform, these tracks offer powerful alternative routes into tech for anyone avoiding a traditional coding bootcamp. Once you pick a path, you have to actually execute. Let's look at the mechanics of turning these free resources into a tangible resume asset. This checklist outlines the 6 steps to get certified. You start by visiting MS Learn, creating an account, and browsing the certification paths. The catch here is commitment. You must strictly pick one primary track. Jumping between Azure today and AI tomorrow will severely delay your exam readiness. Next, you hit Step 4, completing the interactive modules, and Step 5, taking the practice tests. This prep phase is where most people quit. Simulating the real exam requires dedicating highly disciplined, focused study hours outside of your normal work or school schedule. Finally, you reach Step 6, sitting for the official proctored exam to secure the credential. Following through on this execution plan is the only thing separating the people who passively read about tech careers from those who actively build one. The most common mistake beginners make is picking a certification based purely on current hype, like rushing into AI, without matching it to their existing baseline skills. Here is a decision tree to help you pinpoint exactly which exam you should register for today. It all starts with one question. What is your baseline? If you have no technical background and are just tech curious, follow this branch to Power Platform or AI Fundamentals. They deliver maximum resume impact with minimal traditional coding required. However, to advance into senior, high-paying roles later on, you will eventually have to learn the technical implementation behind these tools. If you are an aspiring IT professional or developer, follow this branch to AZ900, eventually stacking it with DevOps. This sets you up for a highly structured, traditional tech engineering trajectory. The catch is a steep learning curve. It requires you to build a deep, working understanding of complex software development life cycles. Ultimately, the true, real-world career value of earning a 900-level certification is really about getting you in the room. While a Microsoft certification validates your knowledge for automated hiring systems, it's your ability to practically explain these concepts that will actually land you the role.